and welcome to Mimi's Sketchbook. Today my illustration was inspired by Paul David Tripp's devotional New Morning Mercies, and today is June 14th. My son and his wife live about 45 minutes away from me on a beautiful piece of property. It's 150 acres of woods and ponds and paths. And he's been sending me pictures of work that he's been doing out there, and I've really been wanting to go out and see it. So I called him yesterday to make sure he'd be home so he could walk me through and just show me everything that's been going on. So it was a beautiful day, and he walked me all through the area he'd been working on and explained what he did and talked about his plans for the future. And after we had a beautiful visit, he said he had an appointment, he had to go. And I asked, well, do you mind if I stay? I really want to walk through the woods. So he took off, and I started walking around the paths and around the ponds and just looking for woodland flowers and moss and ferns, and it's like a treasure hunt to me. I just love it. And then I saw this, and this might not look much to you, but it is a trillium. And I was like, oh boy, I have finally found what I've been searching for in these woods for every time I come up here. So it was like, well, if there's one trillium, there has to be another. So I started walking a little bit deeper into the woods and followed a creek and just was searching all over to find the rest of the colony. And before I knew it, I looked around and I couldn't see anything I was familiar with. And when you're in a woods that has a high canopy, it's quite dark. And it was dark. All around me was dark. And I could see the trees in all directions, but I couldn't see the creek. I couldn't see the road. I couldn't see the pond. I saw no landmark. And before you knew it, I was really turned around. So I did start to worry because I'd been walking around for quite a while. And I kept telling myself, at some point, you are going to find a path. You are going to find your way out. And eventually, I saw a light area ahead. And I knew that had to be an opening, maybe for the pond, maybe for a path. And so I headed towards the light. I wished I could say it was the path, but it wasn't. It was a big open meadow. So I went back into the woods and went in a different direction, saw the light again, and it ended up being a swamp with grass that was taller than I was. So I turned around and tried again. And the third time I did find an area I knew and was able to find my way back to the house. Today, Paul Tripp talks about our unwillingness to listen and to submit to the wisdom of God's Word. And for further study, he had us read Psalm 119. And in verse 105, it says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Sometimes in our life, we get off the path and get lost. But thank goodness, God's word and his wisdom are always there for us when we are ready to look for it and listen. So thank you for joining me today at Mimi Sketchbook. I hope this was an encouragement to you, and God bless.